welcome to the Engineering and Science course. This video is an introduction for how we are going to use the different digital platforms and just showing you where you can find everything, how to access it, so hopefully it's completely clear. If you're stuck at any point, just feel free to put a message up on any of the platforms we're using to get in touch with your teacher, and we will be more than happy to help. So stage number one, whatever device you're using, you need to log into Glow. Now, we've got two different things set up, which is a little bit confusing. The first one, you should be pretty confident by now, and that is Google Classroom. When you open up Google Classroom, it'll come up with your big list of all the classes that you have joined or been invited to join. Your list will look different than my list here because I'm in a lot of classes. If you haven't already, you would need to join the class, but you wouldn't know about this video, so you should have joined the class. Once you find your particular S3 Engineering Science class, and we do have 3 S3 classes, so you will be in one of the 3. Once you click on it, it will come up and it'll look like this, normal Google Classroom. What we are going to be using for most of our work is a thing called Microsoft Teams. It's similar to Google Classroom, but it's got a couple things that myself and Mrs. Watson think that will be really beneficial for the engineering science course. So we've decided to use that instead. Now, I have put a link on it here. The catch is sometimes when you click on the link, it'll come up with like an error and a login page, and you'll be like, what do I need to do? So way back on the Glow Launchpad, if you just click on the OneDrive app, which this is just on the school tile, it'll automatically log you in to Microsoft. And then going back to where we've got the class, if you click on this one here, it'll say, okay, I will take you to Microsoft Teams. It might take a wee second to open. Now in future, you do not need to go via Google Classroom to access the Microsoft Team. If you just want to get to our work, you can just on the Launchpad, and I'll let Teams just load in the background. Down at the bottom, there should be a Microsoft Teams one there. Now again, you might have slightly different buttons than me, but you should have a Microsoft Teams title there. The Midlothian Council one also has it, so you should be able to find Microsoft Teams easy enough and be able to access it. Now, once the S3 Engineering Science one opens, this is where we've got 3 classrooms all together that we can do stuff together or separately. So the general chat, this is where generally Mrs. Watson and myself will post comments or the work that you need to do for this week, and you can always scroll back and you can see that. If you could try and not put messages on here, we can allow you or turn it off so you're not allowed. At the moment you're allowed so that you could reply and ask a question, but don't start a new conversation on this space here, because if I've posted up work, you start a new conversation, it'll make the work disappear, which is just a pain for the next person coming in to see what work they need to do. We've made spaces for each of your classes, and that's where we might do stuff more chat or stuff just for the people that are in your class. And when you click on it at the side here, it looks exactly the same. Start a new conversation, and you can talk to everybody in the class. If there's a notification, this will go bold, so dark, and the activity will have a wee red circle on it. It'll be like, oh, something's happened on one of your teams. Now, for us, we are going to use the posts for posting up, saying this is pointing you towards the work. There'll be hyperlinks, so you can click on things and it'll take you straight to the piece of work. And then the other thing we're going to use is Class Notebook. So you can just click on Class Notebook. Again, it takes a wee second to open. And this is where it's a bit like a lever arch folder, but on the computer. It's got everything. The textbook for the work we're using, a jotter for you to do work, and also a space that we can do work collegiately, a bit like a Google Doc that's shared with everyone. The difference is it's all in one place, so you don't need to go trawling through your Google Drive or anything to find it. So there's this little arrow, which you can see it's hidden here. And this gives us the choices of what we want to click on. Now I like pressing this wee button here just to make it so it's a bit bigger on the screen, gets rid of a wee bit of rubbish so that we can just concentrate on this bit here. Now you will have collaboration space, content library. You will not see the bit that says teacher only, but you will see one that has your name on it. So the collaboration space is where we can work like a Google Doc that's shared with lots of people and we can all edit at the same time. The content library is where you'll find the work and the notes. So we've got a whole range of topics already populated on there for us to work through, and you can see here list of engineers, which is some of the stuff that we're doing this week, and engineering table and so on, that will take you through each of the different tasks we are going to do. Now some of this stuff is here, so you can just click and you can select it, Control C on your keyboard, and then paste that into your space. So if it was like a worksheet that you needed to fill in, that would be one way of doing it. The other thing that we can do is we can put it into your space. So when you've got your space here, and you can do that just now, click on it and you'll see it split into different sections, which is the different topics that we cover in S3 engineering, and then you'll find your work there. The only people that can see your own space with your name is yourself and the teachers, so nobody else in the class can see your work. So this is how we're going to manage the work. When we do it this way, there's no submit, or when you click on it and you type, and then if you come out of it, it saves automatically, so you don't have to worry about saving. Which is kind of like Google Docs, kind of not. If you need to make a new page at any point, there's this new page button down here, which you just click and it creates an untitled page, and you can be like, task 1, questions from the PowerPoint, this is what I've learned about engineering in the past, and type in here. Teachers can add comments at the side, so if you see writing at the side, it's like, whoa, where did that come from? It will be one of us that are just marking your work. So that's the class notebook. The posts are back here. The only other thing that we can do, which I'll post up on the wall here, but it will also have a button up here, is we can put Google Forms or Microsoft Forms. They're the same thing for little quizzes, starter activities, or plenaries where we're just wrapping up your learning, where we might have multiple choice questions, or it might be where we want you to write an answer and it's a bit more like a test because we're getting you away from your notes. So all of that is how we're going to use this space. If you've got any questions, you're more than welcome to ask us. You can, if you're using a computer of your own, like a PC or a laptop, you can download an app for Teams. So that's what I've got down the bottom here, and that would mean that you don't need to log into Glow every single time. You just click on Teams and it'll take you straight here. The same as if you've got Office on your computer, you can use the class notebook and you can click open in OneNote and it will open up if you've got the full version of Office. That only works for people that have got a laptop, PC or Mac with Office installed. So you see here, open a browser, open an app, and that again would make it so you can just open the app and you don't need to log into Glow and go through the launchpad every single time. Like we said, any questions, if you're stuck, by all means ask. Some of this video has been a wee bit quick, so you might want to pause, rewind, watch it again, just check, do you understand what you need to do? More than happy for you to do that. We really look forward to you getting in the class. As you guys join this class, we will be able to go into your space, and that's where if someone's stuck, I can do a video and show you your own space and how we get in there. I'm really excited for you guys to be using this and do some really exciting work. Can't wait for you to get started.